Time to preview the AFC South here as we march towards the 2017 season, Bucky. And the way we preview these divisions, we use the Move the Stick Scouting Index.
Here we go. We have a composite index. We have 6 different categories that we're taking a look at. We're going to rank them from 1 to 4. And like golf, we're going to take the lowest score as the best. And then we're going to determine who should be the division winner at the end of the season.
Yeah, who we view as the favorite going into the season. Let's start at the quarterback position here. AFC South, Bucky. Look, at the bottom of this division, you can make a case.
It's topsy-turvy. Topsy-turvy.
No
We have Houston. We have Jacksonville. However you want to flip the coin. Tom Savage hasn't played but 2 games. We have Blake Bortles and Chad Henne still undecided. Not really excited about either one of those. But when you get the 2, Marcus Mariota and what he has been able to do for the Tennessee Titans is nothing short of remarkable. He has been fantastic. He's really coming on like gangbusters. But we're still saying that the Indianapolis Colts deserve to be at the top because Andrew Luck when he comes back.
Yeah, we'll see if he can come back healthy. But Mariota, I think, made a strong push here. It's a very good conversation to have. But I still think fully healthy, Andrew Luck belongs at the top of this division. Mariota nipping at his heels there at number 2. All right, let's go to the skill position players they have around these quarterbacks. And to me, the Colts, Buck, man, I don't know if Andrew Luck has a lot working for him once he comes back from that shoulder injury.
Yeah, this is a team that's a little bit disappointing in terms of having maybe one of the quarterbacks that we think could be one of the best in the game, but he just doesn't have enough around him.
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton and some of those other guys, they can play, but you like to see them take it up a notch. You need to see some of those young guys develop. At 3, the Houston Texans, what they have, like Dante Foreman, I like some of the other people that they have. Not bad. They have Nuke Hopkins. He's a one-man gang on the outside. They tried to add some young pieces on the outside. Injuries have kept those young guys from developing the way that we thought they would. Tennessee, I'm really excited about. I think they're a terrific 1-2 punch at running back. DeMarco Murray, Derrick Henry, and they have really made a concerted effort to upgrade and beef up that aerial assault. Corey Davis comes over. Tyrwan Taylor is the guy that they drafted. Eric Decker's available.
Got a tight end.
They have nice weapons like Delanie Walker. They are primed and poised to really make a run at the top of the division.
Don't sleep on Jonnu Smith, too. Rookie tight end, I think, will be involved. Kind of an H-back for him there. But at the top of the skill positions, Bucky, we mentioned how questionable the quarterback position was. The Jags have no shortage of weapons, though, especially at the wide receiver position.
No, absolutely. I love what they have. They have the Allens on the outside, Allen Robinson, Allen Hurns. You have Marquise Lee, who has been battling some injuries, but I think they may have got a sleeper in D.D. Westbrook. He's going to give them a game changer on the outside. But then at running back, you have to like what they have. Chris Ivory, they signed a year ago. T.Y. Yeldon being able to come. But now Leonard Fournette being able to grind and punish and put it on his back. They talked about a perfect game for them being one where they don't have to throw a pass. The only way you can do that is you have a talented collection of running backs, and I think they do.
Yeah, they've got a good group there. All right, let's go to the big man up front here, the offensive line. We have Indianapolis coming in at 4. This has been an area they've tried to address for a long time. They've got an injury to Ryan Kelly, I think, hurts this group. Houston coming in at 3. Jacksonville at number 2. When you look at their offensive line, got some good young players there that I like. But number 1, it's the bully in the division when you talk about the offensive line. That's Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, they are the bully of the division, and they've made a really, really big commitment to making sure that they fortify that offensive line. We saw them a year ago take Jack Conklin at the top of the board. They have Taylor Lewan there. They've been able to really shore up the edges, be able to create a very physical offensive line that plays on the other side of the line of scrimmage. They knock people back, and when you do that, you can run the ball effectively with DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry.
Let's switch over to the defensive side of the ball, and let's look at that front 7, Bucky. The Colts. Very much work in progress.
We really don't know what they have. They need a standout player. They need a blue chip player to emerge from their unit. And Jacksonville has a lot of nice pieces, but we need to see how does it all fit. Calais Campbell, Malik Jackson, who steps up and becomes that guy.
Dante Fowler to be the dude.
We're waiting
has
for
not
him to
happened
be the dude.
Yet.
I like the young athletic linebackers that they have. Miles Jack should be ready to kind of step up. They're getting close, but they're not as close to the 2 teams at the top.
Tennessee has a couple guys coming off the edge that can
Absolutely.
get home, and that's why I like them in the number 2 spot. But number 1, when you have J.J. Watt coming back healthy and you can line him up next to Clowney, you belong at the top of the defense.
Clowney, Mercilus, all those guys, they are a talented group. This is a defense that was finished at the top of the board. They get after it. They're nasty, and we're seeing J.J. Watt come back. If he comes back and plays anywhere near the level that he's played at before as a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year award winner, it's lights out for the teams that have to play the Houston Texans.
All right, let's go to the back end here. The secondary. The Colts, again, come in at number 4, like Vontae Davis. I like Malik Hooker. I'm anxious to see if he can stay healthy and make an impact as a rookie. I love what he brings to the table, but they come in at number 4. The Tennessee Titans come in at number 3. Houston, who has a nice group back there.
Nice group.
Solid, but to me, at the very top of the division, how about that? Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jaguars, Jalen Ramsey, A.J. Bouye. They brought some other guys.
Bring over Barry Church,
someone to be an enforcer, and they still have Tayshaun Gibson in the middle that can pick off passes. I like what they put together, and their nickel cornerback, Aaron Colvin, is one of the best in the business. Very, very underrated. This is a team defensively that ranked in the top 10, and I don't think many people knew that. And a large part of their success can be attributed to their back end.
Can I make a bold statement here real quick?
Let's make it bold.
Do not be surprised at the end of this season if we're not talking about Jalen Ramsey as the best cornerback in the National Football League. He has that type of ability. I know he was your dude in the draft, Bucky, but just a big fan of his. Let's go to the coaches now and round this thing out here, starting 4 and working to 1.
Here we go. Doug Marrone inherits a tough situation in Jacksonville. I believe he'll get it right. Indianapolis, Chuck Pagano, it is on him. He's on the hot seat. He has to figure out how to fix that defense while also figuring out how to get the offense to play potentially without Andrew Luck. Houston, Bill O'Brien. Can he settle on a quarterback and stick with him going forward? But the cream of the crop at the coaching staff, I think it's Tennessee and Mike Mularkey and what they've been able to do. Dick LeBeau at defense coordinator, Terry Rubisky at offense coordinator. They have some nice coaches. They've done a great job of getting people to buy in and also being very creative with their scheme.
I think they have an identity, absolutely, on both sides of the ball. They know what they're trying to do, and I think you give Coach Mularkey a lot of credit there. And we'll see if this team can take that next step. It looks pretty solid on paper. Let's look at the numbers here. As we look at the offensive ranking, Tennessee Titans, we feel like, have the most offensive talent inside the division. How about that? The Texans surprisingly down there at number 4. Let's flip it over to the defensive side, though, Bucky, and see what those numbers look like.
Yeah, when you look at the defense, it's not surprising the Houston Texans being up at the top. Jacksonville, we talked about being a top 10 defense. It's very, very close, though, because Tennessee's right there. The only team that's kind of like with some separation, the Indianapolis Colts, they just don't have the personnel and the punch that you look for from a defense.
All right, let's go overall now. When we look at it, the Tennessee Titans, this is a little surprising. We have the Titans as the favorite going into the season, but right behind them, the Jags ahead of the Texans.
The hype.
How about that?
The hype is real. The hype is real for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We believe, a lot of people on the outside believe that with Doug Marrone and Tom Coughlin coming back, that they can change the culture. A lot of it will
see what happens quarterback.
Based on with the quarterback. Which quarterback plays, Chad Henne, Blake Bortles. If they get decent quarterback play, they certainly can compete and contend with any of those teams.
So doom and gloom preseason for the Jags could flip around once the real games start. We look at the roster. We like what the Jags have. Let's just see if they can get some decent quarterback play, though.